principle which you need to follow. And you need to follow, not just follow, you need to be disciplined with it. So it can get you to be rich. So for that, the whole topic, it was, there is a certain way of life, a certain way of life. I was like, what that certain way of life? So you are reading like, okay, we are having the same profession. So for me, being rich means there are some people who are poor, but we live in the same area, we're having the same profession, we are living like, we are the same in everything. And then how come they have become rich? So what he's explained, there is a certain way you need to follow. Having the same profession. So for me, being rich means there are some people who are poor, but I can hear myself again.
Sorry about that. I've muted.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so for him, what I have learned from the chapter 2, it's like there is a principle which you need to follow for you to be rich. Right. Doesn't matter where you are, doesn't matter the talent you have, doesn't matter you are from which family, whether it's rich or poor, but if you as a person, you don't follow a certain way of life or a certain way of principle and have discipline with it, you will be hearing someone is rich, someone's rich. Unless you follow that, you will be rich. So that was my takeaway from that chapter 2. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, absolutely. It does not matter where you are, your location. It does not matter your background. And that's one of the things, if you'll agree with me, that's one of the things that is being, taught of recent, that your background, though it has a lot to do with where you are today, but you do not allow it to hold you back. So there has to be a shift in the way your thought, in how you begin to do things from now on, so that's things that we've picked up from our background. A lot of things we call generational causes today are things the pattern we have seen with our parents when it comes to money, when it comes to life, that we are repeating. And right here in this book, all of those beliefs will be broken down. All I desire that we do is that we take the time to take the step. It says there's a certain way. What is that certain way? Today we're going to dig into that first principle, and I hope that we'll all, take it to heart and, run with it. So I'll hand it over to Ochuko for chapter 3. Thank you so much, Ellen. That was powerful.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good evening to you.
So I'm reviewing chapter 3, and the topic is opportunity monopolized? So basically, I think it's just a follow-up from chapter 2. But he says that no person is kept poor because opportunity has been taken away from him. So in other words, we give excuses that, so we missed our opportunity. But from this, he's saying that it's really not an excuse. So yes, you missed an opportunity, but then, the fact that you have missed that opportunity is not a good enough reason, for you to remain poor. So, and then he also goes on to say that at different periods, the tide of opportunity moves in different directions. So today he says today more opportunity is open to the herbal farmer than to the office worker, so we can see now that a lot of people who are into the herbs, natural way of everything, people are tending to patronize them a lot more now, and they seem to be doing a lot better than those who are, working in the office. And so I also went on to add that more opportunities actually open to the network marketer than the office marketer. Because look at untamed. We have like 7 different opportunities, 7 different ways where we can make money, as opposed to the office worker who has just one way of, making money. Is paid his salary at the end of the month. But for us, we have like 7 different ways where, that we are paid. So I will also say that, there's more opportunity for us then. So he says that there's an abundance of opportunity for the man who will go with the tide instead of trying to swim against it. Okay, so instead of there's this saying that we should not reinvent the wheel. I mean, so it's already there. The people are already making money out of it. There's no need struggling and saying, okay, no, it's not working. It doesn't work because you've tried it before and it didn't work for you. And so you want to do something different, or you want to come at it in a different way. Just follow, like they say, follow who know road. The people who have done it before, people who are in it, they are the ones that are going with the tide. And so instead of trying to swim against it, and fighting and saying, no, it's not this way, let's go this way, just follow the people who are doing it the way they are doing it, right. So that you will also see what they are seeing. And so he goes on to say that office workers are where they are because they do things in a particular way and not because their bosses are keeping them down. So in other words, you're in your office and you are complaining. There's this time, when I read that part, I remember this saying of I'll try to remember how they put it, about you giving your time to your boss. Oh, there's this. It's very popular. We always say it a lot. Goodness, I can't place it very well now. But anyway, basically, he's saying that, see, the problem is not your boss. It's not your boss. Doesn't have anything to do with the place where you are. If you want to shift, if you want to become a master, if you want to become richer, if you want to become better, it's not about your boss or the place where you are finding yourself, because it says that the law of wealth is the same. So when the working class begins to do things in a particular way, then they can become the master class. Right. He said workers will remain where they are as long as they continue to do what they are doing. And so if you keep, you go to work, you come home, go to work, come home, you remain where you are. But if you change your routine, you are learning, you are building yourself up, you are doing things to turn your situation around, then definitely you won't remain at that spot that you are. And it says no one is kept in poverty by a shortness in the supply of riches. Now that was very interesting. Say there's the riches are all over the place, it's everywhere. It says there's the invisible supply of material, which is inexhaustible. So there's enough material, there's enough resources for anyone to be rich. Doesn't matter who you are, like it said, like Helen told us in chapter 2, doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter where you are coming from, there is enough supply. The supply is inexhaustible, cannot finish. It says that the universe is made out of formless stuff. And out of that, what is left out of it, 10,000 universes can still be made with the raw materials that are available. So in other words, there's so much supply for everybody, even those yet unborn, there's enough supply for you to be rich. It says when everything is finished, it is replenished. If soil is finished, it is replenished. If gold and silver is finished, it is replenished. I mean, when we go out, even if there's erosion, you find out that even after the water has swept the soil away, it still comes back again. So God has a way of bringing, everything back together. So we don't have any excuse to say, okay, there's nothing more left for me. Everything is finished. It's there. It still keeps, replenishing itself. The foodstuffs, it's finished, it's been replenished. Building materials, it says if it finishes, it's still being replenished. So there's no excuse for you not to, come out on top. So, okay, it says everything, because this formless stuff responds to the needs of humans, which is basically, I think it's just how God has designed it. It says it will not let them be without any good thing. And the Bible says that God has given us all things that pertain to life and godliness. So he keeps giving it to us. I mean, it's there. He will not let us be without anything that is good. He has given it all to us. So there's no way that we will say it has finished, because he will not allow it to finish. He will always supply all our needs because he has it. The Bible says the gold, the silver, they are his. Cattle on 1,000 hills, they belong to him. So as it's finishing, he's replenishing. As he's finishing, he's replenishing. So we really don't have any excuse to say, okay, nothing is working. We don't have that excuse. We don't have that excuse to say, okay, I mean, I have tried this and it didn't work. I have tried this. You've not tried it enough. You know, we read from this book. I mean, it was so, the thing, it will make you'll be thinking so deep. I mean, you really don't have an excuse from, I mean, there's no excuse whatsoever, you know. It says, if you are poor, it is because you do not follow a certain way of doing things that makes an individual rich. So so I now said, if your untamed business is not moving, it means you are not following the ways of those who are excelling in it. Because there are people who are making a lot of money in this business. And so if you are complaining that my business is not moving, or I'm not making anything out of my business, then you have not really sat down and studied those who are in the business, who are excelling, who are making it. I mean, okay, so but Susan, at least she's always talking about the things that she does on a daily basis. We see Franca doing her videos, which some of us, we just go and steal quietly and put up because videos are all very interesting, well, and so once in a while too, we see University to put up her own video and we're like, oh, okay, yes, this is awesome, and we pick it up, but these people are doing something consistently that we need to study, we need to follow up, And then if we have done it consistently the way they are doing it and we are not seeing results, then something is wrong. But we need to keep at it. We don't start, okay, this month, okay, say maybe, okay, May, nothing happened in my business. And I say, okay, well, because of that, the business is not working. I mean, it's just 1 month.
Yeah.
So, and I wouldn't even say that I was even considered, though I try to post every day, but the way they are pushing, the way they are following up people, you see that, look, these people are doing something with all their might, with all their energy. And if we are doing that, we will also be seeing the results that they are seeing, And so it says that nature is formed for the advancement of life. Its motive is the increase of life. And so for this reason, everything which can possibly minister to life is bountifully provided. I mean, the Lord has given it all to us. Everything that pertains to life and godliness, we have it. We don't have any excuse. Yeah. Everything he has made available for us. And so he says there can be no lack unless God is to contradict himself and nullify his own work. So again, we have no excuse. We really, really have no excuse. We just need to go back, look at what every other person is doing, how they are doing it, especially people who are ahead of us, like we're all in the untamed business, how are they doing it? How is it working for them? Why is it working for them? And why is it not working for me? What is it that I'm not doing? What is it that they are doing, that is making them get the results that they are getting? Yeah. And then we begin to do those things because we are suffering not because there's no opportunity. The opportunity is there. We've entered the opportunity already. The untamed business is an opportunity that we have stepped into. And so we need to get, working to make sure that it's working for us. I mean, nothing is finishing, so we cannot say it's not working. Like some people will say,
we can't say no more customers now.
Yes, exactly. We can't say no more customers because the Lord will always bring them. They will always come. Some people will always say that it's those that are at the top, that are making money, and so those who are coming, we are just coming in to just come and help those who are at the top to make money, but they haven't yet understood that. Look, it's not like that. The customers are not finishing. Why is it that it's only those that are at the top? If a new business comes and it's a different set of people who go into that business, you will see how they make. In fact, I know someone, my husband's friend, if a new opportunity comes up, he's a network marketer. If an opportunity comes up today, he goes into it, he hits the top, And when he's satisfied, he leaves it. If another one comes, I mean, I can't count the amount of network marketing business this man has gone into.
Wow.
Do you understand? So you can't say that there's no, there's no customer, people are not buying, people are, whatever it is that you are selling, the customers will always be there, because that's how God has created it. There will always be people who will buy something. We just need to follow up long enough to find them. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Achiko. That was rich. That was rich. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Diana, any word on chapter 3 that you want to add?
Hello.
The volume, the voice is out. Awesome.
Yeah. What I need to add today is that with this book, it goes into reality. Because when you read it, you get all the points that we are doing this business, but what's the point? I'll be just making some summary from the beginning, where I get some few points to add. So there are people that who may say, okay, being rich is just for some part of people. It's not. Being rich is about you, on how you think. How about your thinking takes you? Because if you're thinking about becoming rich, then you'll be rich. How will you become rich? You'll be doing things that the riches are doing. And if you don't think about anything, then you let life lead you to anywhere. You may fall anywhere. There is no point for you to be rich when you're not thinking about being rich, because there are things that you need to do for you to be rich. And among the things that for you to do to become rich is like having multiple streams of income. A lot of people, a lot of our lives today, we're not sure of tomorrow, and that's how we live. Somebody can be employed today, and tomorrow they lost their job. Somebody can be having a business today, tomorrow they have fallen out. If you have multiple streams of income, when another business falls, you have another one that is giving you income. So you have even the guts to start another business again, because it's not that one thing that you're depending, but you cannot do that if you don't think about all those things and having the thinking of the riches, how the riches think. That's it. So that's why this book is very important to us. Even I can say if with the business that we are doing, sometimes people, my dear Nigerian friend, a lot of people that I see, whenever I see them, you are in Nigeria, you have the opportunity in your country, but some people like they need this spoon feeding. My dear, if I explain the way we are doing business here from far away, it's not easy, and it's never been easy, but in our mind, yes, we know that we are far from Nigeria, we are far from the warehouse, but we believe that this business can take us from one place to another. They will be adding our financial income, and they will change our lives. They will fulfill our dreams in other way as another source of income. So the way we think is what leads us to do what we do. That's why our excitement is super there, is up there. Even sometimes when we're looking at the comments, we have different meetings, like the official meeting with the Untamed. We'll look at the comments and say, wow, so these people are thinking just this way. What about us? We are very far from the office, and even there are other things that even when they announce, they don't fit us in. So we are not fit in, and we know that we are not fit in, but we are not discouraged or demoralized to go for more or to do more, because we know what we want is not those small things. We are looking at that founder cycle, and when we're talking about founder cycle, if we really need those small things, with founder cycle, the amount that we will get there, we can do a lot of things more than all those small things. So it's about thinking. That's the point that have touched me, and I needed to add it. Let's think about getting rich. And truth is, getting rich is not easy. If it could be easy, then everyone could be rich. So when you understand those formulas and you read different stories of the riches, you will understand. When you are going or passing those hardships, as long as you are following those formulas of getting rich, as long as you are walking through those as long as you're working on becoming rich, that's how you will reach there. It won't be easy, and no one has said that it has been easy. Read all the books of the rich people. There's no one who has said that I was just flipping to my house, that's how I become rich. No. You will rise and fall, now and then, and you have to accept, you have to embrace it. You're saying, okay, because I want to be extraordinary, I don't want to be normal, I don't want to be where I am, I want to be extra, I want to go further. That's how I have to embrace this difficulties. I have to embrace these obstacles that I'm getting, because I know that I can overcome everything that comes out my way. And that's how I will go there. That's one day I'll become rich. When I become rich, I will remember this as a motivation. And that's how I can create my story. My story will be different, and I'll be able to tell others. So that's how I wanted to add on the book. That's for me.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yes. So I'll give Kindness now the chapter 4 for your summary. Thank you so much, Diana.
Evening.
Yes. Good evening.
I'm taking chapter 4, the first principle in the science of getting rich. This chapter can be summarized in one word: thoughts. Thoughts. Thought is very important. No form can exist without it. The world we live in today is a product of the mindful, intelligent thoughts of our Creator. He thought of making something before he called on his son to say, "Come, let us make man in our image." So thoughts, the original substance, produces visible expressions. The thought, though, is supported by the motion of creating, which I want to call action. So we think of something, we back it up with action. Okay. Thoughts must come first. By the way, remember what Jesus said, that whatever comes out of the man's mouth are things he has already thought in his head. So we first of all think of something. For instance, we think of plants growing, maybe in our house, having a very beautiful plant or flowers. We'll think of constructing a house, of having children and all of that. But then we have to do something to make these things happen. There will be no instant production of a tree, no instant formation of a house without action. After thinking, we act. No, I want to quote the author. He said, "No thought or form can be impressed upon the original substance without causing the creation of that form." We humans are thinking centers. We cannot fashion or shape a thing until we have thought of it. Then we apply the manual level. Even people take
Hey, Kindness, your voice is gone. Or is it only me? Okay.
some of us. Can you hear me?
Yes, it's better now.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. So with the thought form, we can then make an image of that form that is in our mind using materials from the forms of nature. One can get rich by doing things in a certain way. To do that, the person must think in a certain way. It can be said that a person's way of doing things is a direct result of the way he thinks about things. That's why I said the chapter can be summarized in one word: thought. So the way we do things shows what we've been thinking, and then it also comes out in the action. So the first step toward getting rich is the ability to think the way we want to think, to be able to do things the way we want to do them. So we need to think truth regardless of appearances. We hold the power to think health, even when we are surrounded by disease. We also have the ability to think of riches, even in the midst of appearances of poverty. This power helps lose all doubts and fear and fix firmly in our mind, without argument and contrary concepts, that we can create wealth. Summarily, there are three basic things we have to bear in mind. One, there is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which in its original state permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspace of the universe. Two, a thought in this substance produces the thing that is imaged by the thoughts. And three, a person can form things in his thoughts, and by impressing his thoughts upon formless substance, can cause the thing he thinks about to be created. So first of all, we want to start thinking positively, and then accept on trust that we can create riches. If we don't make up our mind that we can do it, then we cannot do it. Nobody can do it for us. We need to think about it and have it seated.
Oh, the voice is, it seems like a lot of people are having trouble with their connection tonight.
Are we still together, please?
You're back. We lost you earlier. Yes.
Oh, disrupted me.
Okay.
Well, we need to think positively and accept on trust that we can create riches. In fact, the science of getting rich begins with the absolute acceptance of this, having the full faith that we can do it, and our thoughts geared towards it, then we will excel. Thank you.
Awesome. So everyone that have done the review today, thank you so much. Diana, thank you so much for co-hosting this with me. Thank you, everyone that's able to make it today. Yes, we have heard it. A certain way, we must do things. We must run our business a certain way. Let me share an experience with us. One of the things, we're social selling, right? We are leveraging our social media to promote our business, to make sales, of our products. One experience that I recently had is, I don't know if you've had this thought before, that when, new songs come out on Reels and TikToks, right? You would think, a lot of people are doing it. For example, this one leg, all this dance and things, you would think, a lot of people are doing it already. It is when you have said a lot of people are doing it already, that's when multiple more will come after that. And they'll be using it for opportunities to promote their product. I have one instance like that I did. I follow somebody that's, he has the product that he's promoting is something that is very, very core to my vision and mandate, prosperity for posterity. So he did this video, and, I duetted the video. On his own video, he's had, on TikTok, he's had over 200,000, views already. Ordinarily, I could have said, yeah, I even want to do one Lego. Exactly. Since when you think about since when you said you wanted to do it, and how many people have done it after you said it's old now, and the booger dance is the one now, right? Have you done it? Have you been able to carry your business and say booger with the, same thing, and do what you need to do? Now, this guy, he did that video and I duetted it. By the time I did, he's already had about over 200,000 views. By the time I duetted it on TikTok, right now it's over 200 views for me. Now, I put it on Reels on Facebook. Guess what? As of today, this morning, let me see if I can get there really quick. Yes, I can get there really fast. As of right now, as I speak to you, on my reel, a video that I duetted, it's at 280,000 views in 3 weeks. 283,000 views. And if I had said, oh yeah, it's the guy already accumulated people, nobody is ready to watch it again. And how many comments? These are people, 9,800 likes and 4,700 forwards and 128 comments. People asking, how can I do this? How can I get this done? Now I'm working with the guy to begin to provide the solution they're looking for. Those are ways by which we can get ourselves out there and then opportunities come to us. We cannot say, oh, and one of the things, we're going to learn it as we go in this book. It is so powerful. That scarcity mindset needs to go. That limiting beliefs that we have, that this is the only way, the money must come, or it's only Untamed. I tell you, Untamed is just one. It's just one of them. Oh. All of all the people all our leaders, they have their businesses, they have other things they're doing as well. So why should it be only Untamed? And if Untamed doesn't work, we're like, oh, we're done for. No. So all those limiting beliefs have to go, and then begin to elevate your thoughts. One question that I'm going to leave with us today: are you even aware of what you're thinking? Are you cognizant of the thoughts that comes to your mind? And one of the things that my coach says you can determine and find and see what you're thinking is what is happening around you. One of my team members, she reached out yesterday and she was lamenting. Nobody wants to buy. The people that said, oh, I promise I'll buy next week, they're coming back and saying they're no more interested. They said they're interested to join me. Now they're coming back and saying, I'm tired. What is this kind of business? And then by the time I spoke to her, that by the time we started speaking, and I'm like, okay, how about this? How about this? She's like, my head is open, yo. Thank you for all these things. My head is opening now. She now, immediately while we're talking, she mentioned 2 people that she could talk to. And after we finished speaking, she spoke to that person. And after she's finished speaking to them, she reached out to me, and that, yes, they said I should get them information to hear about it. They're going to Dubai. Can you imagine that? However, I told her, before you spoke to the people, what was your mind? What were you thinking? I said, I bet you had the mind they're not going to buy. I bet you had the mind they will say they're not interested. So exactly, Agnes, write your thoughts down. One of the things, again, that's one of the ways to combat what you're thinking. I speak to myself a lot. So when I hear myself, about me, then I'll say that thing. If I hear what I'm saying, that's my thought. I'm verbalizing my thought. And it's not what I want. I immediately either verbalize what I want in contradiction. Now, one of the things you cannot combat thought with thoughts. Can't say, I don't want to think that. I don't want to think that. No, you verbalize what you want to say, what you want to think, what you want to replace that thought with. You verbalize it. I am heading for the founder circle rank. If you want to put a date to it, put a date to it. One thing is you are not quitting. That is settled. That is settled. This is my business and I'm taking it to the highest level. And that is the founder circle and more. Because of me, they will create more levels. Right? That should be your dominant thought. Anything about that, people don't do business with me. if you see yourself, if you hear yourself think that, if you hear yourself say that, then either get your journal. If you don't have a journal, pick a journal today. Write opposite of that. Don't write the negative. Write the opposite of it. Don't affirm the negative. Write the opposite of it that you want to be true, and see things transform around you. It's going to be an amazing experience. I tell you, this book, it will shatter a lot of tables, a lot of limiting beliefs, and I would love that. Be ready to do the work. It's going to eventually, we're going to see more things that we have to work on, and it's going to be continual. Be ready to do the work and stay with it, and prayerfully and all of that, we will see transformation. I tell you, we will see transformation. By the end of June, in this group, we will see amazing transformation, even in our Untamed business. All right. So that is all I have for us today. The question that I said, if we have, you can use the form to send in the questions, and we will, create time within this period, to go over those things that you might need help with. But before we go, does anybody have any question in regards to either how to access something on the website, things like that? Anyone? Anybody? Or let me ask.
Mommy.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, I have a question. How do people signature their pictures or videos? Like you see when they post maybe a product or something, you see their name, like ads, whatever, the person's name. How do they do that?
On which platform?
It could be on TikTok, Instagram. You just see their name. So it's like when you try to copy the picture, the person's name is coming with you.
Oh. I think maybe they are using all these apps where you can format your pictures or edit things. And if it's a video on TikTok, I think TikTok automatically appends that. But if you're editing even a video, there is a way you can put text on the video and add your art and all that. Is that what you're asking? You are muted.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Do you have any like picture editing app?
Maybe I have to install it then.
Sorry?
Maybe I have to install it. I don't have.
Yes, I can. I'll share in the group the one that I use to create flyers. The flyer that we use, that's the one I use. And if it's not a flyer, if it's just a picture that you want to put something like that on, you can upload the picture and just put the text on it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can send it to you. And then people use this this app, very popular. It's escaping me now, but yeah, I'll remember and I'll send it in the chat. Canva, yes, that's a very popular. Canva is a very popular one, but I'm not used to that. I have another one. Picture me. Where is it? Poster my wall. That's the one I use.
Okay.
Poster my wall. I'll send the link in the
thanks.
in the group. Yes, you're welcome. Diana, I have a question. Go ahead.
Hey, I have a question. Like I was trying to make an ad on Facebook and Instagram, using products and sharing the link, but I haven't seen some results. So I'm asking if anyone has tried to create an ad paying to Facebook or Instagram and have seen results.
On Instagram, I have not directly on Instagram, but I have on Facebook. But all I've gotten is views and clicks. No,
even me. even myself.
I've not seen
Okay. Then if so, let's keep on trying and finding some ways. And in case somebody got the solution and somebody got some orders, then we'll share and see what they have prepared. Yeah.
Yeah, that
So
would
let's keep trying.
Right. Excellent. All right. Any other question before we call it a night? Excellent. So I want to appreciate everybody, all our presenters today, reviewers, kindness, thank you, Ochuko, excellent work, Eileen, kudos, and my co-host for the month, Diana, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you all. And till next week, we'll continue our discourse in the chat. And if you have any question, please do not hesitate to ask. All right. Next time, have a wonderful one. God bless you. Love you all. Mwah.
Love you too. Bye. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Good night, everyone.